Well, hello, friends. It's your pal Tom Picklefeather, here to tell you a story that's just for kids. Warning, not for children. Hey, kids. Today we're going to tell a story about boundaries in 50 Shades of Grey. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Anastasia Steele. She was going to school to get her English degree. She had a roommate who wanted to be a news reporter, but her friend became ill. So she decided to do an assignment for her. A good friend, that was very nice. The assignment was to interview Mr. Dorian Gray. Now, Mr. Dorian Gray, he was very, very rich because he was a very smart business person. When Anna met Dorian, he liked her immediately, which, can seem like a good thing, but sometimes people can be a bit, a little too forceful with their affection. So that's something you gotta be careful of. But anyway, to pay for her schooling, Anastasia, she worked at a hardware store. And after the interview, Dorian came to visit her at the hardware store. And Anna thought this was romantic, which, if someone's following you around, it can seem that way, but sometimes they don't have the best of intentions. So just be leery of that. But anyway, she thought it was very romantic, so she decided to be boyfriend and girlfriend with Mr. Dorian. But Dorian let her know that when they played games, he liked one game among all the other games, and that was follow the leader. He was always the leader, and he wanted to always play that game with him. And that included games like tickle fights or have some wrestling, which is all good fun. But sometimes people get a little too rough when they're doing tickle fights and wrestling, and that's kind of what happened. Anastasia was having a tickle fight with Dorian, and he tickled her too hard to the point where instead of laughing, she started crying because he was hurting her, because he was tickling too hard. And she said, "I prefer you not tickle me too hard." And Dorian was like, "This is what you agreed to," which, again, you got to be careful of that because sometimes people will try and trick you so they can tell you what to do, and that's not really always a good thing. So Anastasia was starting to see that maybe Dorian wasn't such a nice playmate. So Anastasia decided, well, if you can't respect my boundaries, just don't tickle me so hard, I'm gonna have to leave. So Anastasia left, and Dorian was left to think about not playing so rough with his playmates. I wish I had a happier ending, but sometimes, not every story has a happy ending. But it's happy that Anastasia saw that she had what's called a toxic playmate. She left that game. So good on her. And you always want to make sure that you and your playmates are always on the same page. A little thing called consent is always important. Always talk that through with your playmates so that you can have a fun time and that your story might have a happy ending, a much better ending than this one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, I love y'all, and make sure that you like, share, and hit that notification bell. And please comment any other stories you'd like me to make a little less spicy. I'm always open to hear new stories. So y'all take care of yourselves, and remember, love you.